Every year, more than 14 million tons of spices are produced, quietly shaping the flavors of the entire world. Among them are spices that are irreplaceable in the global food industry. Vanilla, with its sweet, creamy, and well-rounded aroma. Cinnamon, which delivers a distinct sense of warmth that spreads through both the mouth and the nasal cavity. And nutmeg, entirely different in character, with a deep, intense aroma that is slightly numbing. No spice directly sustains human life. Yet if all of them were to disappear, the global food system, worth over 10 trillion USD, would fall out of balance and face the risk of immediate collapse. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we step inside some of the most advanced spice factories in the world, where raw ingredients move through quiet industrial processes that extract essential oils, control aromas, and standardize flavors for billions of meals every day. Did you know that there was a time when cinnamon was not considered a spice at all, but a luxury on par with ivory, reserved exclusively for royalty and the elite? The most astonishing part is that at certain points in history, 1 kilogram of cinnamon was worth several months' wages for a laborer, simply because Europeans at the time had no idea where it actually came from. The tropical forests of South and Southeast Asia, including Sri Lanka, India, Vietnam, and Indonesia, are the regions that today still supply over 90% of the world's cinnamon production. For thousands of years, the true origin of cinnamon was deliberately concealed to preserve trade monopolies. And it was this very mystery that pushed humans out to sea, fueling long-distance voyages and the creation of transcontinental trade routes. In the cinnamon industry, things may look similar at first glance, but in reality there are two fundamentally different harvesting approaches, corresponding to two types of cinnamon and two very distinct end uses. With cassia cinnamon, the type most commonly used for ground cinnamon, the harvesting process is optimized for speed and volume. The tree is cut down once the trunk has fully matured, typically after 10 to 15 years of growth, and the worker then prees and strips the thick bark directly from the wood. Every step is aimed at a single goal: extracting as much bark as possible, as quickly as possible, to supply large-scale industrial production. The result is bark that is thick, hard, and aggressively aromatic, while the tree itself reaches the end of its productive life after just one harvest. But the story doesn't end there. Premium Ceylon cinnamon follows an entirely different logic. Ceylon cinnamon trees are slender, grown in clumps, and harvested while still young. Instead of cutting the tree down completely, the stems are cut at the base using a regenerative coppicing method, allowing the root system to remain alive and send up new shoots. This is where the real difference begins to show. Thanks to this careful approach, a single Ceylon cinnamon rootstock can be harvested multiple times each year, with a productive lifespan of up to 40 years. The reward for that patience is exceptionally thin cinnamon quills, naturally rolling into dozens of delicate layers, releasing an aroma that is light, sweet, and clean, never harsh or overpowering. In simple terms, cassia delivers impact, while Ceylon delivers depth. And it is precisely this depth, something that cannot be rushed or mass-produced, that makes Ceylon cinnamon a true premium spice, small in size but high in value. Once delivered to the processing facility, the cinnamon branches are soaked in water tanks for at least 15 minutes to soften the fiber structure, remove surface impurities, and stabilize moisture levels. Once the cinnamon stems are ready, the moment that truly determines their value begins. The bark scraping stage is not just a processing step, but the clear dividing line between premium cinnamon and low-grade cinnamon, arguably more critical than cultivation or drying. The worker holds a specialized scraping knife with a short, curved blade sharpened at a very narrow angle, guiding the hand with millimeter-level precision, so the blade glides over the fragile inner bark, rather than chopping or cutting downward. This inner layer is typically only about 0.2 millimeters thick, so delicate that even a split second of excessive pressure will tear the bark and destroy its commercial value. After scraping, the thin cinnamon bark layers are processed immediately while still wet and stacked around a central core of bark to form a cinnamon quill. The reason is simple. Each layer is only a few tenths of a millimeter thick, far too thin to hold its structure once dry. The worker selects bark strips with similar moisture levels and stacks them in an overlapping pattern along the grain to distribute shrinkage evenly. Typically, 8 to 12 layers are assembled, just enough to reach a standard thickness of about 3 millimeters, while creating a hollow structure that helps retain and lock in essential oils. Thanks to this technique, the cinnamon quill naturally curls as it dries, forming an even, lightweight, yet sturdy tube. If this step is skipped or done incorrectly, the bark will warp, crack easily, and is almost impossible to turn into premium cinnamon sticks. After being stacked, the cinnamon sticks enter a controlled drying stage. Instead of being exposed to direct, harsh sunlight, they are placed on multi-tier drying racks indoors or under covered shelters, where light is diffused and air circulates evenly. This process typically lasts around 7 days, depending on weather conditions. The goal is not to dry the cinnamon completely, but to reduce moisture content to about 10 to 12%, dry enough for storage while still preserving essential oils. During this period, the bark layers shrink slowly along the grain, causing the sticks to naturally curl into tubes. If drying happens too quickly, essential oils evaporate. If too slowly, the cinnamon can mold or warp. When done correctly, the cinnamon reaches a stable state and can be shipped thousands of kilometers by sea, while retaining its original aroma. Once drying reaches the required standard, the cinnamon is graded based on length, degree of curl, and the radius of each quill, key factors that determine the commercial value of every stick. After grading, the cinnamon enters the cutting stage, where the agricultural product begins to be standardized into a commercial commodity. Bundles of cinnamon are aligned and cut into standard lengths, typically ranging from 5 to 20 centimeters. Longer pieces are packaged in bulk for wholesale, while sticks shorter than 3 inches are distributed to the retail market. This stage demands decisive yet precise handling, as even a slightly misaligned cut can cause the thin bark layers to separate, making the stick lose its shape and drop in grade. Because of this strict requirement, cutting productivity remains limited. Each worker processes only a few dozen bundles per hour. In return, the finished cinnamon achieves uniform sizing and is fully prepared for packaging, shipping, and global export. After grading, a portion of the cinnamon is directed into the grinding process. Before grinding, the cinnamon is not processed immediately. Instead, its moisture content is checked and stabilized below 12% to prevent mold and ensure that essential oils are not altered during subsequent steps. Once this condition is met, the cinnamon enters a closed grinding system. The sticks are gradually broken down, passing through multiple stages of blades and rollers in an environment where the temperature is kept consistently below 40 degrees Celsius. Maintaining low heat is critical because once cinnamon is ground into powder, its surface area increases dramatically, making essential oils far more prone to evaporation than in whole sticks. For this reason, freshly ground cinnamon powder is not left exposed. It is immediately sifted to remove coarse particles, brought to a uniform fineness, and then packaged and sealed right away. Leaving behind the cinnamon factories, where the warm, spicy aroma still lingers in the air, the next stop on our journey is Indonesia, a tropical nation with a hot, humid climate, fertile volcanic soils, and vast archipelagos stretching along the equator. These natural conditions are nearly ideal for nutmeg cultivation. Today, Indonesia accounts for around 60% of global nutmeg production, making it the most important center of this spice, often referred to as the fiery jewel of the spice world. Nutmeg is one of the very few spices whose harvest timing is determined entirely by the fruit itself. When fully ripe, the outer husk naturally splits open, revealing the nutmeg seed and the bright red, web-like aril wrapped around its core, the only signal that harvesting is allowed. Nutmeg trees can grow up to 15 meters tall, far beyond human reach. When the fruit reaches full ripeness, farmers use long poles fitted with a sickle blade at the tip to hook and pull the stem, causing the fruit to fall to the ground, where it is then quickly collected. Crucially, the harvest window for each fruit lasts only about 24 to 48 hours from the moment the husk begins to split. Any delay beyond that causes quality to decline rapidly. The pressure intensifies during the rainy season, when growers must inspect every tree daily, navigating slick trunks and constant threats from red ants and fire ants. With nutmeg, precision is not an advantage, it is a requirement for survival. After harvesting, the nutmeg fruits are gathered and thoroughly washed to remove soil, sap, and insects clinging to the surface. This seemingly simple step helps reduce the risk of fungal contamination from the outset and prepares the fruit for precise shelling in the subsequent stages. Once cleaned, the nutmeg is completely shelled by hand to extract its most important core, the nutmeg seed. This is the part that contains the highest concentration of essential oils, responsible for the spice's warm, pungent aroma and the depth of its flavor. During this process, the worker must also carefully remove the red aril, known as mace, a delicate, web-like layer that clings tightly to the seed. Mace is a spice in its own right and highly valued, but its fragility makes the task extremely difficult. A momentary lapse in pressure can tear the mace and easily damage the seed beneath. A small crack in the seed can reduce its commercial value by 40%, even though its outward appearance may remain almost unchanged. An intact nutmeg seed can retain its aroma for up to 4 years, while a scratched or damaged seed can lose its fragrance within just a few months. After separation, the two parts of nutmeg follow two different paths. The red aril, or mace, is shade-dried in well-ventilated conditions for several days to preserve its color and aroma. Meanwhile, the nutmeg seeds must be air-dried or gently dried for 4 to 8 weeks until their moisture content drops to a safe level. During this time, the hard shell naturally cracks open and the essential oils fully stabilize. Once the nutmeg seeds meet quality standards, they are gathered and given a final cleaning before entering the stage that ultimately defines their aroma, grinding. Unlike many other spices, nutmeg allows virtually no margin for error. Once temperatures rise above 45 degrees Celsius, key aromatic compounds begin to evaporate rapidly, causing the seeds to lose their fragrance even before they become powder. For this reason, the entire grinding process takes place in a sealed, temperature-controlled environment where speed is deliberately sacrificed in favor of preserving aroma. The seeds are ground through multiple stages until they reach a particle size of just 50 to 70 microns, finer than premium wheat flour, allowing the aroma to disperse evenly from the very first use. The powder is then sieved, quality-checked, and hermetically sealed to lock in essential oils and extend its aromatic lifespan. At this point, the journey of nutmeg is nearly complete. From a small fruit in the tropical forest to a refined spice capable of retaining its aroma for years, ready to appear in kitchens anywhere in the world. Known as the second most expensive spice in the world, after saffron, vanilla was once valued at the equivalent of a gold bar per kilogram. Yet vanilla is not merely a spice with an astonishing price tag, it is also a strategic ingredient underpinning the entire global industry of confectionery, beverages, and premium foods. With vanilla, harvesting is not simply about picking pods, it is a harsh race against time, humidity, and even other people. Its high value makes vanilla a constant target for theft, forcing many farms to accept the reality that around 10% of their annual yield disappears each year before the pods ever leave the field. Vanilla reaches peak quality only within a very narrow window of ripeness. Harvesting too early results in weak aroma, while being late by even a single day in humid conditions can cause mold and reduce the pod's value by up to half. For this reason, each vanilla pod is cut entirely by hand using a small knife, requiring speed paired with absolute precision, and is then immediately gathered and transported within the same day to prevent any uncontrolled fermentation from beginning. When the vanilla sacks arrive at the processing facility, they immediately enter a strict security control system. The entire site is surrounded by barbed wire fencing and monitored 24/7 by surveillance cameras to prevent theft. In their raw state, vanilla pods are hard, brittle, and almost entirely odorless. To awaken the latent aroma inside, the pods must undergo a hot water blanching step. This brief but precisely controlled heat treatment softens the pod structure while simultaneously halting natural growth. More importantly, it triggers a chain of enzymatic reactions within the pods, initiating the formation of the characteristic aromatic compounds. Among these compounds, vanillin is the dominant component, accounting for around 90% of vanilla's signature flavor profile. After blanching, the vanilla pods enter the sweating stage, during which they begin to turn a deep brown. This process reduces moisture, concentrates flavor, and allows vanilla's characteristic sweetness to develop. While still warm, the pods are placed into wooden boxes lined with multiple layers of blankets to retain heat for as long as possible. The boxes are then sealed for 48 hours. By the end of this stage, the pods have darkened significantly and are ready to move on to the drying phase. The drying process of vanilla takes place in two stages: sun drying and shade drying. This step is crucial for allowing the pods to fully develop their aroma and rich color. The vanilla pods are spread evenly on cloth and exposed to sunlight for 3 to 5 hours per day over many consecutive days, and are turned frequently to ensure even drying. During this process, skilled workers gently massage the pods to help release essential oils and intensify the aroma. However, the pods cannot be left in the sun all day, as vanilla must retain a certain level of moisture for its flavor to continue developing. After sun drying, the pods are covered and stored overnight, then returned to the sun the following day. After approximately 10 to 15 days of sun drying, the vanilla pods are moved to shade drying in a well-ventilated environment, where they remain for 2 months. After the drying process is complete, vanilla pods undergo strict grading based on length, flexibility, color, and aroma. Pods that meet quality standards are bundled into small groups and tied with twine to preserve their natural shape and prevent cracking during transport. However, not all dried vanilla carries the same value. Across total production, only about 20 to 30% of the highest quality pods are selected for refinement into natural vanilla extract, the most economically valuable product in the vanilla processing chain. The remaining pods are typically sold as dried whole vanilla or used for lower-grade flavoring applications. More striking still, in a global market with enormous demand for vanilla, around 95% of products labeled vanilla contain no real vanilla at all, relying instead on synthetic flavorings. This reality makes each properly cured natural vanilla pod not only rare, but a true concentration of time, craftsmanship, and months of patience. Out in these vast fields, you'll see modern machines hard at work, efficiently harvesting celery. These machines are equipped with ultra-sharp horizontal blades that operate close to the ground, cutting the celery stalks neatly at the base without damaging the stems or leaves. The blades are highly precise and run smoothly, guided by advanced sensors to ensure that every row is harvested cleanly and uniformly. Right after cutting, the celery is gently lifted onto an integrated soft conveyor belt. This system carefully transports each stalk to a pre-cleaning area, where dirt and debris are removed using air blowers or rotating brushes. This process helps keep the celery fresh and clean right from the very first step of the harvesting journey. Next, the celery is neatly packed into large baskets. These baskets not only protect the celery from damage, keeping it fresh and intact, but also make it easier to transport to the processing facility. Once at the facility, the baskets are unloaded effortlessly and placed onto modern processing lines, ready for thorough cleaning, packaging, or further processing steps. Modern harvesting machines have made a significant impact on improving agricultural efficiency, especially in vast celery fields. These machines can process dozens of acres each day, saving both time and labor while reducing the heavy workload that used to require a large workforce. They are designed to operate quickly and precisely, ensuring that each stalk of celery is harvested uniformly without causing any damage to the produce. Using machinery also helps reduce long-term production costs, giving farmers a competitive edge in the market. Additionally, the advanced technologies integrated into these harvesting machines not only protect the crops but also help maintain high productivity, meeting the growing demands of consumers. This represents a major leap forward in modern agriculture, bringing benefits not only economically but also environmentally. While modern machinery leads the way in agricultural mechanization, some farmers still rely on traditional hand harvesting methods. However, the combination of manual labor with specialized support machinery has brought about remarkable improvements. This approach optimizes labor effort and speeds up the harvesting process while maintaining the flexibility and care that only human hands can provide. Modern machines are designed to support workers in the most efficient way possible. The upper part of the machine provides spacious areas for workers to sit or stand comfortably, reducing fatigue while moving across large fields. On either side of the machine are two long arms equipped with automatic conveyor belts, allowing workers to easily place celery onto the belts after cutting, streamlining the entire process. Once the celery stalks are neatly cut, they are moved onto a conveyor belt where integrated water sprays provide an initial cleaning, removing dirt and debris right on the spot. Afterward, workers package the celery directly into bags or bundle them together. These bundles are then placed into large baskets at the back of the machine, making it convenient for transport to processing stations or factories. Celery is a delicate vegetable that bruises easily and requires careful handling to maintain its appearance and freshness. This is where manual labor becomes indispensable. Workers are able to inspect each stalk individually, ensuring that only celery meeting quality standards is selected. Hand harvesting is especially valuable in smaller fields or for premium-grade celery, where attention to detail is critical for consumer satisfaction. Skilled workers can make adjustments that machines cannot, such as removing damaged leaves or carefully packing celery to prevent bruising during transport. Combining machinery with manual harvesting also provides flexibility. In areas where terrain or weather conditions might limit the effectiveness of machinery, human workers can step in to ensure the harvest is completed without delays. Additionally, this method supports sustainable farming practices by reducing waste, as workers can selectively harvest celery based on its readiness, rather than relying solely on machines that may harvest indiscriminately. The blend of machine precision and human oversight supports the broader goals of sustainable and high-quality agriculture, ensuring that celery harvesting continues to meet the demands of modern markets. Once the celery arrives at the factory, it undergoes a careful processing routine to ensure it meets the highest standards. First, the celery is unloaded and moved to the cleaning area, where high-pressure water jets remove any remaining dirt or impurities. Next, it is sorted and inspected, with damaged or substandard pieces removed. The celery is then trimmed and cut into appropriately sized portions based on its intended use. Finally, it is freshly packaged, ready for distribution and delivery to consumers. Modern machinery works closely with human oversight during the celery processing stages. Machines handle tasks like washing, trimming, and packaging with speed and precision, ensuring efficiency and consistency while keeping the celery fresh and crisp. Automated systems are capable of processing large quantities in a short time, significantly reducing manual labor. At the same time, human inspection plays a vital role in quality control, identifying and removing any damaged pieces that the machines might miss. This collaboration ensures that every stalk of celery meets the highest standards of quality and safety before reaching consumers. At the end of summer, farmers in California carefully prepare for the celery seed sowing process, ensuring the seedlings grow to the highest quality and are ready at just the right time for the season. But how exactly does this seedling process work? Follow us as we explore the fascinating journey of celery seedlings in modern nurseries. The celery seedling process in nurseries is carried out using fully automated machinery, ensuring precision and high efficiency. First, the seedling trays are placed on a preparation line, where they are thoroughly cleaned and carefully inspected. Next, an automated system fills each tray with loose, aerated soil, measured with exact precision to create the perfect environment for the seeds to grow and thrive. Once the soil trays are ready, an advanced seed sowing machine precisely places each tiny celery seed in its designated spot, ensuring the correct spacing and depth. Afterward, the trays are moved to an automated watering system, where evenly sprayed water keeps the soil moist, providing the ideal conditions for the seeds to germinate. This process runs continuously and efficiently, allowing thousands of trays to be handled daily with consistent quality. After about 30 to 40 days, the celery seedlings grow strong and healthy, reaching a height of 10 to 15 centimeters, making them ready to be transplanted into the fields. These seedlings mark the beginning of a bountiful harvest, laying the foundation for lush, green celery fields. Once the celery seedlings are nurtured in the nursery, the next step is to prepare the soil, the place where they will grow into vibrant celery plants. Specialized soil tilling machines loosen and aerate the topsoil, making it more porous and ideal for root growth. Afterward, machinery levels the ground and creates neat rows, ensuring the seedlings are planted in straight lines, making irrigation more efficient and the fields easier to manage. Once the soil is ready, modern transplanting machines get to work. Workers sit at designated stations on the machine, carefully lifting seedlings from their trays and placing them onto the machine's conveyor system. The conveyor then moves the seedlings to mechanical arms, which gently plant them into the soil with precise depth and spacing. Thanks to this smart design, the machine ensures that each seedling is planted in straight, evenly spaced rows, optimizing field space and creating the best conditions for celery growth. Throughout the growing process, the plants are provided with water and essential nutrients to ensure healthy development. Before we talk about harvesting, let's appreciate the hard work that goes into growing garlic. This sturdy plant starts its life with a single clove planted in nutrient-rich soil. Garlic loves cold weather. In fact, it thrives under a blanket of snow. Talk about tough love. Farmers prepare the land meticulously, tilling it to perfection and ensuring the soil is well drained. Garlic hates soggy roots, so overwatering is a big no-no. Planting garlic with industrial seeding machines is a game changer for modern agriculture, combining precision and efficiency. These specialized machines are equipped with compartments to hold garlic cloves, which are evenly spaced and dropped into pre-dug furrows as the machine moves across the field. The depth and spacing can be adjusted to suit the specific needs of the crop, ensuring optimal growth conditions. As the cloves are planted, the machine simultaneously covers them with soil, eliminating the need for manual labor. Additionally, the uniformity achieved by these machines ensures that each clove has sufficient space and nutrients to develop into a healthy bulb. Once the cloves are tucked into their cozy soil beds, farmers play the waiting game. Garlic needs 6 to 8 months to mature, and during this time, it demands the occasional drink and a watchful eye to keep weeds and pests at bay. It's a low-maintenance plant, but don't let that fool you. Farmers need to time everything perfectly to ensure those bulbs grow plump and flavorful. Harvesting garlic is no walk in the park. It's a race against time to pick the bulbs at just the right moment. Harvest too early, and you get puny cloves. Wait too long, and the bulbs may split open in the ground, making them less appealing for the market. Industrial garlic harvesting has revolutionized the way this essential crop is collected, blending efficiency with innovation. Lightweight garlic harvesting machines serve as the first step in this transformation. These compact devices dig into the soil and lift the bulbs to the surface, leaving them neatly exposed on the ground. Once the garlic is uprooted, farmers manually gather the bulbs, a process that, while requiring human effort, is significantly faster and less labor-intensive than traditional hand harvesting. For larger operations, more sophisticated machinery takes center stage. These advanced garlic harvesters are equipped with conveyor belts that not only dig and lift the bulbs, but also transport them directly into collection bins or truck beds. This seamless process eliminates the need for manual gathering altogether, reducing labor costs and drastically increasing efficiency. With these machines, it is possible to harvest thousands of tons of garlic in just a few days, a feat that would take weeks using conventional methods. This streamlined approach ensures that garlic moves quickly from the fields to the market, preserving its freshness and quality. The use of industrial machinery in garlic harvesting not only saves time and effort, but also marks a significant leap forward in modern agriculture, making the process more sustainable and economically viable for farmers. Once the garlic is harvested, it enters the realm of factories, a bustling world of cleaning, peeling, chopping, and packaging. Here's how it all goes down. The first step involves farmers inspecting the bulbs, peeling away the outer layers still clinging to dirt and dust. This is followed by a sorting process, where garlic is graded and packed into boxes. While the machinery handles the heavy lifting, such as moving the garlic and sorting it by size, the workers' expertise adds a crucial layer of quality control. Their ability to work in sync with the automated system allows for quick decision-making and swift action. The conveyor belt moves fast, but the workers' hands are quicker, ensuring that no faulty garlic is left behind. This harmonious collaboration between human dexterity and machine efficiency is what makes garlic sorting so effective and ensures that only the highest quality cloves reach the next stage of processing. Some of this garlic is ready for direct distribution, while a larger portion undergoes further processing to ensure premium quality. The advanced processing begins with garlic entering a vibrating system and rotating drums designed for peeling. This stage effectively removes the outer layers of the bulbs and separates them into individual cloves. These cloves are then carried along a conveyor belt to the inspection area, where workers manually check for quality, removing any defective or unsuitable pieces. Next, the cloves move through a series of high-powered air jets and vibrating machines to eliminate any remaining skin completely. As the cloves move along the conveyor belt, the air jets blast them with controlled bursts of air, dislodging stubborn bits of skin that cling to the surface. Simultaneously, the vibrating machines create a gentle yet effective shaking motion, ensuring the cloves are evenly exposed to the airflow and further loosening any residual layers. This dual-action system not only guarantees a thorough peeling process, but also prevents damage to the delicate cloves, maintaining their integrity and quality. The equipment is designed to handle large volumes of garlic efficiently, making it ideal for high-capacity production lines. By automating this traditionally labor-intensive step, the system significantly speeds up the processing time, reduces manual effort, and ensures uniform results. The peeled cloves are left spotless and ready for the next stage of cleaning or packaging, meeting the highest standards of quality control and hygiene. After this, the garlic passes through a water spraying system that gives it a final, thorough cleaning. Once the cloves are spotless, they are collected and directed into automated packaging lines, ensuring they are neatly packed and ready for distribution. In addition to fresh garlic, some factories also produce roasted garlic. After being thoroughly cleaned, the cloves travel along a conveyor belt into heating and roasting systems. Once roasted, the garlic passes through a vibrating machine designed to remove any remaining dust, ensuring the product is hygienic and ready for immediate use. The roasted garlic boasts a unique, rich aroma that enhances its appeal, making it a flavorful addition to various dishes. This careful and efficient process not only ensures that the garlic meets the highest standards of cleanliness and quality, but also prepares it for various markets. Whether heading to grocery shelves or factories for further use, every clove is handled with precision, making its way from farm to table with remarkable efficiency. Garlic isn't just a culinary delight, it's big business. With global production exceeding 28 million tons, garlic generates billions of dollars annually. Garlic has deep roots in culture and folklore. It's the unsung hero that transforms bland dishes into mouth-watering feasts. From the fields where it's grown to the factories where it's transformed, garlic's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a testament to the hard work of farmers and the marvels of modern technology. The next time you chop a clove of garlic, take a moment to appreciate its story, a story of resilience, flavor, and a little bit of magic. So what's your favorite way to enjoy garlic? Whether it's roasted, minced, or turned into a dreamy garlic butter, let's give this humble bulb the standing ovation it deserves. Hope you'll enjoy the journey. See you next time. The ripe, red tomatoes are gently lifted to avoid any bruising or damage. Then the shaker system kicks in, creating steady vibrations just strong enough to detach the tomatoes from their stems without compromising their quality. At the same time, the rear fan system roars to life. A powerful but controlled gust of air blows away leaves and small branches, leaving behind only the plump, ripe tomatoes. Any green or damaged fruits are automatically pushed off the conveyor and dropped into a rejection zone. The vibrant red tomatoes continue flowing smoothly down the main conveyor belt, forming a river of crimson color. One modern machine can harvest up to 15 tons of tomatoes per hour, making the entire process remarkably fast and efficient. Incredible, isn't it? The selected tomatoes roll toward the end of the conveyor belt, where a mechanical arm extends from the machine's side. A cascade of tomatoes pours into a waiting trailer. One by one, the trailers fill up with juicy red tomatoes, ready for the next leg of the journey, the factory. Once harvested, thousands of fully loaded trucks rumble toward the processing plant, carrying mountains of ripe red tomatoes. At the factory, the tomato-filled trailers are emptied into massive bubbling water tanks. Gentle streams of air bubbles rise up through the water, softly massaging each tomato, helping to remove stems, dust, soil, and other surface debris. This process not only cleanses the tomatoes, but also protects their delicate skins, preserving their freshness and vibrant red color. After the initial soak, the tomatoes move onto a conveyor and pass through high-pressure water jets. These powerful sprays blast away any remaining dirt, ensuring each tomato is sparkling clean and ready for processing. With a processing capacity of up to 20 tons of tomatoes per hour, this step is both highly efficient and essential for maintaining product quality at the industrial scale needed for ketchup and tomato sauce production. The brilliant red tomatoes rush along the conveyor in steady waves, creating a living sea of red, ready to move into the next stage of transformation. Once washed, the tomatoes pass through an automatic sorting system. Color sensors and laser scanners detect and remove any bruised, rotten, or unripe tomatoes. Using either air jets or mechanical arms, the system pushes defective fruits off the conveyor. Meanwhile, factory workers provide a final inspection, ensuring that only perfectly red, ripe, and evenly sized tomatoes move on to the next phase. After being sorted, the tomatoes are sent into a steam blanching system at a temperature of approximately 85 to 90 degrees Celsius for nearly 1 minute. The hot steam softens the skin, making it easier to peel without losing the essential nutrients inside, while also preserving the fruit's natural color and flavor. Immediately afterward, the tomatoes are rapidly cooled with cold water to halt the ripening process and maintain their freshness. This cooling process also helps loosen the skin more effectively. Next, the tomatoes are transferred onto a conveyor belt equipped with specialized rollers that gently remove the skin without damaging the flesh, ensuring high quality for the subsequent processing stages. Once peeled, the tomatoes are sent into industrial grinders where they're transformed into a thick, smooth puree. Stainless steel blades spin at high speed, turning the fruit into a consistent, rich mixture. This puree then passes through a specialized filtering system that removes seeds, fibers, and pulp. What remains is a silky blend of tomato flesh and juice, the golden base for creating tomato sauce and ketchup. In the tomato sauce production process, the tomato pulp and juice extracted after grinding are transferred into large cooking tanks. The mixture is simmered at a temperature of 85 to 95 degrees Celsius for about 1 hour to deepen the flavor and evaporate excess moisture. Compared to ketchup, tomato sauce is cooked longer to preserve its natural texture and original taste. As the mixture begins to thicken, ingredients like olive oil, salt, sugar, minced garlic, and herbs are added to enhance the sauce's natural flavor profile. After going through the cooking, fine filtering, and seasoning adjustment process to achieve the perfect flavor, tomato sauce is immediately transferred to the sterile packaging area. Before coming into contact with the sauce, all glass bottles or tin cans must undergo a thorough cleaning process. Once the packaging is ready, the automatic filling system kicks into action. Thanks to smart dosing technology, each bottle or can is filled with a precisely measured amount of tomato sauce, ensuring consistency while preventing overfilling or shortage. After filling, the containers pass through a vacuum sealing machine. Removing all the air from the packaging helps prevent oxidation and limits the growth of microorganisms. Immediately afterward, the bottles or cans are sealed tightly using a heat press system or automatic capper. Even though the process so far has been rigorous, to guarantee absolute food safety, the sealed products are then sent to a high-temperature sterilization system. Finally, the delicious bottles of tomato sauce are neatly arranged and moved to cold storage rooms kept at temperatures between 4 to 10 degrees Celsius. Thanks to the cool and dry environment, the sauce can retain its full flavor, color, and quality for 6 to 12 months. Ready to serve everything from home-cooked meals to large-scale commercial kitchens. During ketchup production, the tomato pulp and juice are cooked at higher temperatures, but for a shorter time compared to tomato sauce, around 90 to 100 degrees Celsius for approximately 45 minutes. This method helps retain the ketchup's fresh and tangy flavor. Heinz's legendary status is often credited to its perfectly balanced recipe, said to add 72 to 75% concentrated tomatoes, 12% distilled vinegar, 10% natural cane sugar, and other natural ingredients. This combination creates the signature sweet tangy taste and velvety texture that's hard to beat. Once the cooking is complete, the ketchup is sent through a high-pressure homogenizer to achieve a perfectly smooth and uniform texture. After rapid cooling, Heinz ketchup enters its final stage, packaging. Plastic bottles are the most commonly used packaging format for Heinz. An automated precision filling system dispenses the ketchup into each bottle with high accuracy, ensuring consistent volume and quality across every unit. Next, a screw cap or flip-top lid with a protective seal is applied and tightly secured to preserve freshness and prevent air from entering. The bottles are then labeled and printed with the production and expiration dates using an automated labeling system. Thanks to this meticulous and hygienic packaging process, Heinz has continued to deliver consistent quality and its signature flavor, unchanged for more than 150 years.